evening, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, Dr. Arvind, Dr. Sriradha, Screen Secretary. I still feel that I am the normal scholar working with you always. So I'm so happy to be part of this. But then, you see, I wrote this article some time ago, really. Basically, the international order and the journey and the way ahead, emphasizing on the regional cooperation aspect of it from the Sri Lankan perspective. We all know that the entire world is grappling still with the unknown, unseen enemy of our time. Unfortunately, uh, the COVID-19 has given us so many challenges. The most powerful militaries, most powerful economies, the rich countries, they were not immune from this virus. And actually, the virus has brought many countries, at least for a certain period, to its knees, right? Whether you are rich or poor, developed or undeveloped, without a single bullet being fired, this enemy has really brought the entire world into its knees. There were travel restrictions. We were talking about enhancing travel, free travel, but then all of a sudden we really had to confine. And I have not been to India for the last 2 years. That's really surprising. Before COVID, I used to be there at least once a month, right? Now, of course, COVID situation. So let me quickly brief the situation right now in Sri Lanka, because I think it's the regional trend as well. We have had about 516,000 cases. It's quite high for a population of 22 million. But the good news is 456,000 already cured and no issues in that. And unfortunately, we had about 12,800 deaths, and that's little high in the region, because it's about fatality rate is about 2.49, which is high, whereas India is about 1.33. So India has done very well, although there were mass scale infections in the beginning. The good thing that we have done really well is the vaccination process. So I'm happy to say, as of today, the above 20 age group, 80% of the entire population group above 20 is vaccinated. And we hope within the next week, we can go the next 20%, and 100% above 20 would have completed the first 2 doses of vaccine, because I think this vaccine status is very important, especially in this pandemic. We quite often hear no one is safe until all are safe. So that's, I think, something we really have to work about, India, Sri Lanka, BIMSTEC, because we all have to go that way to get the full vaccination. Now, before 2019, we were talking about globalization, free market economies, free travel, these were key concepts. And I remember working with the Indian think tanks. We were even talking about, visa free travel between two countries, or pre-boarding clearance. Once you get into a plane from Colombo, you just walk out of an Indian airport. You don't have to really consider that you are coming to another foreign country. We were talking about that much, that how we get closer to each other. But unfortunately, what happened in 2020 and 2021 is actually, rather than globalization, it became globalization. So now things have slowed down. Now we know that there were disturbances to global supply chain. The shipping industry, especially the airline industry, took a real bad hit, because there were travel restrictions and there were many lockdowns. Very ironical that Sri Lanka had to impose a travel restriction for people coming from India. We had to go that way. Very unfortunate. But then that is, of course, every country had that. Every country had their own way of doing it. But then we are very unhappy that we were compelled to do that, right? Now, of course, we know that these countries have become really isolated at that time. Of course, now things are becoming slightly better. Now, as I mentioned, the shipping industry took a great hit, and the airline industry and the cruise shipping industry is still more or less at a standstill. Now, we all know the impact of COVID in the world economy is huge. But let me share with you, for a country like Sri Lanka, which is not a very big economy, it is tremendously impacting our economy. In Sri Lanka, there were three main pillars of our economy: exports, remittance, and tourism. Exports are okay, we have maintained. Remittance, okay. Tourism, which was a 5 billion US dollar industry, that's quite a lot of money for a small economy. 300 or rather 3 million people were directly and indirectly involved. It is zero. So you can imagine the impact of the economic impact of the pandemic. And on top of that, we had to spend a lot of money buying vaccines and also giving quarantine. So why I mention this thing is that this give rise to the argument that have we done well in this pandemic as a region? So this is the question that we need to keep asking. You know, regional trade, even earlier, we were saying that the South Asia is the least integrated economically region in the world. I mean, they say less than 5% of our combined GDP is regionally integrated. So, but now when the COVID came, right? One reason why our economies took a bad hit is because regionally we were not doing much trade. We were always looking outside the region for trade. Now, if you take as an example of Sri Lankan case, India is, yes, a major trading partner, but our major exports goes to Europe and America, right? So that is quite long distance away, but then regional trade is not really doing very well. Now, the question, I think the Madam Secretary also mentioned this, have we really helped each other in this time? But we know that we have two organizations. We have SAARC. Of course, we have to give credit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for initiating at least a summit level virtual discussion on how to respond to the COVID-19 and also creating an emergency COVID-19 fund. But other than that initiative, have we really worked as a region? Now, SAARC, let's not talk much about SAARC because our topic is BIMSTEC. Now, BIMSTEC, I think, has a responsibility and has the potential in doing great in the future. Now, Dr. Arvind, in his opening remark, mentioned in the time of need, the neighbors matter. So this, we had an opportunity. We had a situation where the neighbors mattered most. But did we rise to that occasion? Other than, of course, like India helped Sri Lanka a great deal in medicine and many other things. But did we really act in coordination as a region? That's a big question. Now, when you talk about the BIMSTEC, I think the Bay of Bengal is the common denominator, but we know the Bay of Bengal is the critical maritime space here, and it is the connector between a Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. And we're relatively a peaceful region. Now, when the Western Indian Ocean is getting more conflict-oriented, more contested, more dangerous, the Bay of Bengal has remained relatively calm, right? And therefore, the Bay of Bengal region, that is the BIMSTEC region, is becoming economically very critical to the world, and therefore strategically critical to the world matters. And there, what I'm trying to say is the Bay of Bengal is critically important to the entire world. Hence, the BIMSTEC has a greater potential, greater need to work together. Now, in very short, I would say, we need a BIMSTEC strategy. We need a BIMSTEC strategy for Indian Ocean security. We need a BIMSTEC strategy for Bay of Bengal security. We need a BIMSTEC strategy for economic integration. We need a BIMSTEC strategy for enhancing trade, enhancing travel, enhancing people-to-people connection. Now is the time that we really must think very seriously, how are we going to do things? Of course, Sri Lanka is in the chair, but because of the COVID, we have not been able to do much during the last few or 2 years, but it's going to be taken over by Thailand. Now it's the time to act. Otherwise, you know, when the next pandemic comes, when the next situation comes, we will still be talking about the potential rather than deriving the results from the BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC, to me, is the future of this region, collective future for a collective prosperity for the people of this region without subjecting ourselves to the a single hegemony or to outside powers, but for the sake of the region. So I have taken exactly 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Thank you, sir.